What is going on, folks? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing great. I am super excited for today's video because I've recently made a couple of purchases that I'm super excited for and proud of. If you guys watched a couple of videos back where my dad and I were out here doing some old Western gun target practice, you have already seen one of them, but I recently bought a Canik Meta SF 9mm handgun. That is one of the purchases I'm excited about. However, I also bought an optic to go with it. Now, I have never had a red dot on any, I just got bit, ow. Now, I have never had a red dot or any sort of optic on a handgun ever in my life before. I've always just used iron sights, whatever sight that the gun comes with. That is all I've ever used when it comes to handguns. So not only are we going to be shooting my Canik with a optic for the first time, but I'm going to be shooting a red dot handgun for the first time in my life. So we got a lot of firsts going on. I'm super excited about it. I've got some targets set up right here behind me, and we're going to get to doing some target practice. We're gonna get this thing zeroed in, probably shoot 50 rounds through it, and see how she does. Now, we have about a 1 hour window to get this done because it has rained all day today. The ground is soaked, my shoes are soaked, my socks are soaked, everything is soaking wet right now. So we have about an hour to get this done. And while I was waiting for the rain to stop, I was actually watching my old YouTube videos from when I was 13 years old. Here's a little clip of that.
But yeah, if you guys want to, you should subscribe.
I approve that message. So it has been a very boring, rainy day, so I'm very excited that the sun has finally come back out. It's starting to be a nice evening, so let's get this gun out, let's get her zeroed in, and let's get this thing going. I can't do anything without my glasses fogging up right now. It is so humid outside, my gosh. Alrighty, so from where we are standing to our target is about a 10-yard shot. We're gonna be using our Federal 115 grain 9mm on some reactive targets. And what that means is whenever I hit the target, it'll turn green. That'll kind of help me be able to know where I'm missing and where I need to make some adjustments to get this thing fully zeroed in. So without any further ado, let's shoot this thing. Alrighty, sweet. Alrighty, so it appears that it is hitting a little bit low. I think the left and right is personally, I think it's just me pulling a little bit. I was anticipating the shot a little more than I need to be. I need to be a little more squeeze and a lot less pull. I'm gonna adjust it up a little bit and see if that fixes the issue. So on this first adjustment, all we're gonna do is move this up by just a couple of ticks. Alrighty, so it's still just a little bit low. We're gonna go a couple ticks up a little bit more, and we're gonna go ahead and bring it a little bit right. I still think that I'm pulling to the left and anticipating the shot, but we're gonna move it just a little bit right and see if that kind of helps. So once again, we'll go up just a tick or two, and then we're gonna actually move it to the right just a couple of ticks. Alright. Much better. I am very thrilled with that. All right, so that bullseye one right there, that was actually the first shot after our adjustment, and then this was the second one after our adjustment. All of that was from before. So I'm very, very thrilled with that. Once again, I've never shot a handgun with a red dot before, so this is all new to me. But now I can see where all the rave is over, because this is much, much easier than iron sights, at least to me. And something that I failed to mention when I started this video is that the reticle on my red dot is not just the little tiny red dot. It's actually the circle with the crosshair on it. So it makes it really easy to find it when you're trying to quick draw, or if you need it in a pinch. It's much, much easier to find through your sight than like the little tiny red or green dots. So I'm gonna load this sucker up again, and we're gonna shoot it again here from 10 yards. We're gonna move back to 15, and then we might even try 30, which I've done with this gun before and wasn't too awful with, but we're gonna see how we do with the red dot on it and see if we're a little bit more accurate than before. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take 5 shots from 10 yards. We're gonna move back, take 5 shots from 15 yards, move a little further back, and we'll take 5 shots from 20 yards and see how we do. All right, I need to slow my roll a little bit, but we'll move back. Now, historically speaking, this is not my worst shooting. We did have one way off to the left here, but this is not bad for me. Obviously, I would love to see my groupings a little bit closer, kind of like this here, but it's not the worst. And I know I was rushing through that. I did not take my time to set those shots up. For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about when I say that, when you pull the trigger, you tend to pull the gun to the left. If you're right-handed like me, and you'll kind of pull that gun to the left, all your shots are going to be to the left of where you're aiming. So you really have to just kind of squeeze that trigger with your fingertip. That way you have a more accurate shot. So I'm going to set back up at 10 yards again, pretty close, not too far away, and really just focus on accuracy and having a very good grouping, trying to stay at the middle of that bullseye. All right, last 15 round mag, going for the bottom right target. Here we go. All right, so there we go. That's still not the best grouping, but it's a lot better than this. So if we look at focusing on accuracy versus kind of just having some fun, we do see a bit of a difference there. So obviously I would like to close those groupings up just a little bit more. That's just something that I'm going to work on over the next few months, and obviously as long as I have this gun. But this is only my 4th time shooting it. I've only put probably 100, 150 rounds through it, still in that break-in period, but I love this thing so far. And again, I've never shot a red dot before, so I'm loving it. So far, I have 0 complaints when it comes to this, and I'm probably going to put red dots on all of my handguns in the future, if they're optic equipped, obviously, but man, I love it. Not sure how you guys can see, but there is quite a few clouds rolling in behind me. So we had some perfect timing because it is starting to sprinkle again. So we're gonna pack everything up. We're gonna go inside. We're gonna break that sucker down. We're gonna clean it up a little bit, make sure everything is properly cleaned and maintained. That way it lasts a long time. And I'll kind of go over more of the specs and some things that I'm a really big fan of and some things that I don't necessarily love about it once we get inside. Alrighty, so we are gonna clean this little guy up real quick. I'm gonna go over a couple of things while I do so. And for safety purposes, you guys should also do this anytime you're cleaning the gun. Make sure that there's no ammo anywhere near your cleaning area. That way you're not gonna have any sort of accident or anything like that. So gun is fully unloaded. There's nothing in it. So we're good to go. Now, one of my absolute favorite things about this gun is how easy it comes apart. It is super, super easy. You literally just push down on the 2 buttons on the side and pull the trigger and lift the slide off. Just like that. I mean, it does not get easier than that. And we're gonna be using some of this G96 gun treatment. I'm just gonna be spraying this down. I would do a more in-depth cleaning if I had my full kit with me, which I don't. So we're just gonna do this with an old t-shirt that I don't use anymore. Kind of get it all cleaned up and lubricated well. That way it's all ready to use the next time we need to use it. This stuff almost smells like cotton candy. Alrighty, so we got a decent cleaning done. I'll go and put this thing back together here. Obviously not the most in-depth cleaning that has ever been done on a gun before, but enough to tide us over until we can get a very good in-depth cleaning done. And it's super easy to put back together too. You just take the slide, kind of line it up back where it goes when you took it off, and it just goes straight on. She's slick now. Now, I also said that I was gonna give you kind of the pros and cons list. So far, I really don't have too many complaints about this gun at all. I guess the only kind of thing that I would like to see on a Canik, I would love to see a manual safety on these. Obviously, Canik does not make manual safeties on their firearms. At the end of the day, the trigger is your safety. As long as you don't pull that trigger, the gun's not gonna go off. And when that time comes, when I do want to carry and conceal this, because it doesn't have an external safety, I will have to find a holster that I'm very comfortable with and will feel safe while carrying. Well, folks, that is pretty much going to wrap up today's video. I know it's a little bit different than what I typically do, but I had a lot of fun and I'm very excited about those recent purchases that I made. I'm thrilled. I did not know how that was gonna go. I was not sure how I was gonna like a red dot on a handgun, and so far I am very, very thrilled with everything. And somebody else wanted to say hi in the video. Miss Joy is over here just chilling underneath the table. I guess it must be getting ready to storm, so that would explain that. And I'm not sure if I said this in the intro of this video, but that optic is a Holosun 507C X2. If you guys are interested, I'll put both of the links in the description below so you guys can check those out as well. Well, that pretty much wraps it up for me. Once again, I appreciate you guys watching this video. It means a lot to me. If you will, please leave a like down below and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And make sure that you stay tuned for the next adventure, because we're always out here filming new things. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a blessed day, and I'll catch you on the next video. Do this thing. It's getting very bright, sweating like a hog. It's great. Everything's great. Can't wait to get back in my car.
Everything's great.
Focus on me. Focus on me.